What's going on, guys? Over here, and welcome back to my F1 2017 mod career mode here with Kimi Raikkonen, and today we're here at the Monaco Grand Prix for episode number 6. If you did miss the last one at the Spanish Grand Prix, do go check it out. Very, very dramatic race towards the end there. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, some things occurred towards the end of the last episode, so do go check it out before you see this one. But here we are at Monaco, obviously a great place to qualify, and we came in third place just behind the two Mercedes cars. Unlike real life, the two Mercedes cars were pretty comfortable there, locking out the front row. I'm just happy that we outqualified Sebastian Vettel, and thankfully for us, for the race, it should be a bit more of an interesting affair than real life, especially with the tyre strategy. I don't think it's going to be as simple as a one-stop as it was in real life. There is a bit more tyre wear in the mod right now, so hopefully we can try and do something and maybe jump the Mercedes cars. Obviously, dirty air is going to be something to contend with, but we'll try our best, and we're going to waste no time at all. We're going to go to 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix, the duel in the Formula 1 calendar from P3 today. 5 red lights are out, and we're underway, and Hamilton gets a pretty slow start. Actually, Bottas may try something around the outside. We cover off Vettel. We've got a good enough start to cover our teammate off. Going to turn 1, go down the inside of Bottas and Hamilton as well. Hamilton hit the wall there on the left-hand side. He's bogged down, and so we're actually going side by side with the Britishman around the outside. Can we try something? No, Hamilton's actually tapped us a little bit, squeezed us into the wall, down the inside of the Casino Square section, down towards the next section. Can we stick it down the inside? Hamilton will try his best to keep it around the outside. A little lock-up from us, and he's actually kept his nose in there, so down the inside we go side by side into the hairpin corner. Hamilton's got the line. He's pushed us. What is he doing? Hamilton, what have you done? Hamilton's parked into the wall. I'm stuck there on his wheel on the left front. Safety car's been called out. Hamilton, what on earth have you done there, mate? We're down to P4 now. Bottas has gone past. We've kept ahead of our teammate, thankfully. But I think maybe a Red Bull car was one of the Red Bulls nipped down the inside of me and Hamilton. Hamilton, I gave him the room down the inside. I went a little bit deep into the hairpin, assuming that I could just tuck in behind him perhaps, or even go side by side. But no, Hamilton just goes straight on, does a bit of a Rosberg there from Germany of 2016, and just parks it on the exit, and even smacks himself into the water. Now we have to make an extra pit stop. There's a whole gaggle of cars coming in for a pit stop anyway under the safety car. You know, obviously you can get a free pit stop effectively, but I have to come in anyway for that big chunk of my front wing that's off, and you can see lots of double stacking, and so we're behind what will be now, is that Bottas as well? So it looks like Bottas also came in to get a free pit stop, actually. So funnily enough, that Hamilton, rightfully so, has got punished a bit more than I have in that pit stop phase, because Hamilton had to double stack behind Bottas there. But what a odd thing to do from Hamilton there. Just completely wrecks our momentum in our race so far. So now we're down to P11 now, with Bottas here in P10. Obviously, Bottas had no damage, so Bottas just thinks this is the better strategy for him. So maybe it might not be too much of a disaster if what would have been the race leader thought it was a good time to pit, and so he's only out ahead of us right now. So we could still recover from this position, but at the moment I think it's our teammate Sebastian Vettel who leads this Grand Prix, because he opted to stay out under the safety car. So now we just try and go chase on our fellow Finn, Valtteri Bottas. Obviously we're driving as Kimi Raikkonen here, so can we try and do something on lap 6, get the tail end of the car getting away from us a little bit as we go towards the swimming pool section, flat out here through this section with this new 2017 downforce. A little squirmy on the entry to that chicane, but can we try and get a good run on Valtteri Bottas? Here we go down the inside, very, very close up. Bottas leaves the space and the door open for us down the inside, caught napping there a little bit, and we've got that place up. Lovely little move there, and we're wasting no time at all trying to get up this Grand Prix. So this is very much turning into right now a bit of a challenge like we had with the Jensen Button challenge I did a few days ago on that video in the Mclaren. I need to try and get up the order from a position I'm not used to in this Ferrari car. Now we see Verstappen, who also made a pit stop from the safety car, again getting squirmish into the entry of that chicane, but we want to again getting a good exit. This time don't go down the inside, actually do the switchback move, get a great run, great traction into the final corner, nip it down the inside, and we're up into 9th place as our teammate sets fast up for the Grand Prix. So that just kind of shows and adds to the misery that our teammate's going so well, setting purple lap times there. So what could have been? It could have been maybe a 1-2 Ferrari, you never know. Obviously the Ferrari car's going much better in real life so far at the Monaco Grand Prix, and in general in the season so far. So what could have been? We could have been up there battling our teammate at the Monaco Grand Prix, but alas, we're staring at the back of Fernando Alonso now as we cut on towards sector 3 of lap 9. We're getting right up his gearbox. Obviously we'll have more downforce than the McLaren car, So we're going to go through the swimming pool section. Can we close up once again? And I'm going to basically line up another move for that famous Rasgas section. Looks like it's a good place to make a pass. Once again, locking up on the right tire. We're going to make a similar move like we did to Max Verstappen down the inside of the final corner. And I'm really finding the groove here. That is such a place at this circuit that I'm so hooked up with. And you can see behind us, we actually made that move with Alonso. Alonso actually lost a bit of momentum there. So Verstappen goes round the outside. Lovely little move there from the Dutchman round the outside to turn 1. Very difficult to do round the outside. That's a bit of an unorthodox place and way to overtake into turn 1. But Max makes it happen. So he goes past Fernando Alonso. Now Bottas finds himself stuck behind the McLaren car. We know how much the Mercedes car can sometimes suffer in traffic from seasons gone by. Now here we are closing up to the 2 Toro Rosso cars. Lovely looking Toro Rosso cars, I must say. Probably one of the best cars on the grid in my opinion. You can see I think it's Kvyat and then Carlos Sainz up ahead of them. You got the 2 Force Indias, and then surprisingly actually it's not Vettel leading the Grand Prix. It's actually Daniel Ricciardo who leads the Monaco Grand Prix. I thought because Vettel was setting purple sectors he would have been leading this and dominating the Grand Prix, but no, he finds himself behind Daniel Ricciardo. So maybe they adjust this because it's you know, we're not enough into the video now that I can say this without any spoilers. Obviously Ricciardo had his engine blow up in the last race we had at the Spanish Grand Prix, so a bit of karma there maybe for Daniel Ricciardo as he leads the Monaco Grand Prix at the moment. And now as I talk about that, we go down the inside, do a carbon copy as we've done 2 previous moves there, down the inside of the final corner, and we're up the order now, up into P7 up against Carlos Sainz. And now can we try and overtake his teammate, the Russian Kvyat, as I think it was Ricciardo who set a fast lap of the Grand Prix. So Ricciardo is responding to my teammate Vettel out front, so it looks like it's going to be a bit of a ding-dong battle perhaps between Ricciardo and Vettel between lap times, and maybe that second pit stop. And there will be definitely a second pit stop because thankfully the game in the mod is a lot more tyre wear than the real life. But here we go down the inside. Oh whoa, what a late move there down the inside of Kvyat. We go side by side through the swimming pool section. What a lovely move there down the inside of Kvyat. That was so uncalled for, but Kvyat goes so slow into that brake zone. I don't even remember making that move there, but we went down the inside there of a very unorthodox place. That's such a high-speed section, and a section that obviously we know drivers can make mistakes and go into the wall. So to make a move there is even better. So that's absolutely awesome. So now we've got some clean air to try and close up to Esteban Ocon. It takes us a few laps. We're now on to lap 14, and unfortunately we don't get a chance to overtake what was Lance Stroll there, I think, in the Williams car. And so we have to stare at the back of Ocon, just carry on now. But we're up into now what will be P5, and we set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. So our super soft tyres going well at the moment. And so we'll just try and close up on Ocon, but I have a feeling we can go a lot longer than all these guys still on ultra soft. So we may find ourselves in a bit of clean air really, and basically like almost what Vettel did in the real life Grand Prix, just using the worn tyres, the older tyres, to push as hard as we can really, and they're going to give us good grip. So as we move on to now lap 16, you can see now we're already up into P2. Obviously we're yet to make our second pit stop in the Grand Prix, whereas others have already done that, so we're a bit out of sync in that way. But for now it's a 1-2 for Ferrari, so all is good at the moment. But I suspect we'll be going down back the order down towards around P5 hopefully, and hopefully we don't get jumped by Bottas there, who's on Supersofts now, is up in the 3rd place. I think he may be continuing along with me, and then by the time we get to lap 18 we cross the line, and we're now up into P1 as Vettel has finally made his I think first pit stop. That is actually from him, so he's gone really long now on that set of tyres, so he'll be going to the end of the Grand Prix I think. So him and Ricciardo in a world of their own. As you can see now the tyre weight's starting to kick in a little bit as I go very wide in the same place where Hamilton and Stroll went wide. Obviously Stroll put it in the barrier and Hamilton narrowly saved it in qualifying there, and I go wide a little bit. So by the time we get to lap 22, 4 laps later, it's definitely time to come in now. We'll be going to another set of ultra softs though, so basically we can just push as hard as we can flat out to the end of the Grand Prix, and we can see what we can do. So let's see as we come down the pit lane now. Vettel's already passed obviously, Ricciardo as well, so we're down to P3. Perez is definitely going to come through I think, because I saw him go through the final corner. So as we come out now, where is he? I think that's him coming down the pit lane. So it's actually going to be a lot closer than I thought. Perez, there he goes. There goes Massa. And actually, it looks like we may jump Ocon. Yes, we have. We have jumped Esteban Ocon, the Frenchman, in the Force India there. So we are up into P5. And we've made a move there in the pit stop phase effectively by just going long and doing that overcut strategy. So now we focus on the Brazilian of Massa in the Williams car to try and get what will be a good P4. And that would be a great recovery. But Perez is not too far off, so we may even be able to, touch on wood, get a podium still in this Grand Prix, which would be flipping fantastic considering we got basically half taken out by Hamilton wrecked into the wall there and had to make an extra pit stop effectively that I didn't want to make. I mean, if the safety car came out anyway, I wouldn't have made that pit stop. Even if it didn't, I would have been going as long as Vettel. But as we move on to lap 26, now you can see previously there, struggled with some traction through the first corner, and then on lap 26, right up Massa's gearbox through the chicane. Can't quite make a move down the inside. I have a look, but lock up because Massa is placing his car very, very well. As we go through the final corner, unable to get the traction, losing the back end a little bit, opening the DRS here, but I'm just getting so much dirty air from Massa that at the moment, unable to get it. So now, that famous dirty air and drag of 2017 is kicking in for me. And you can see just, you know, bobbling a little bit out the exit of turn 1, behind that kind of hot plume from Massa's car. Just unable to really get going there, but we may be able to try something. We're a lot closer now through Casino. Do I try a dive? We're going to try it. Maybe down the inside. Here goes nothing. Down the inside of Mirabeau, down towards the hairpin now, and Massa hits our rear, front left. We have to hit the wall there, and thankfully didn't break anything of our car. But Massa, look at that. He's parking his car so well. So frustratingly for me, though. So now we have to try and make a move maybe on the next lap, lap 27 now, through the swimming pool chicane. Once again, getting a good exit. Can we try maybe do something around the inside? No, we can't. Have to try a switchback move perhaps down the inside of the final corner. Yes, this time we can perhaps. Down the inside, open DRS, but no, we've lost the back end. We've lost the back end. We've horribly got that wrong. And Massa comes back down our inside and retakes 4th place. So just way too eager on the throttle there out of the last corner compared to other times where I got it right. So now we have to move on to the next lap. I think this will be lap 28. Yes, it is. And through the swimming pool section once again. Can we try and line up this move now? Once again, can we try and do a move in the final corner, I wonder? Going to line up the switchback move here. And this time, I'm going to focus on not getting the rear end loose. So we go through the final corner, going to give Massa the room. But we've had a better exit there. Massa's actually going to still be on the back of us with the speed of that Williams car. And good traction off the final corner for him. We have to do a bit of defensive move there. A little shimmy and shake to the inside. Then back to the racing line. And we keep P4, thankfully. So now we just try our best. We've got 10 laps left in this Grand Prix. But Perez is really getting quite a lot of time there with me and Massa battling. So now I just have to try and give it my all, but that may not be enough because I go really wide there. So maybe the tyres are already starting to give off their worst. But we now move on to lap 34, nearly 5 laps later. Yellow flags here as we're tracing after Perez, only a few seconds up the road, and a safety car has been called out. So 2 safety cars in one race here. I'm not too sure what this is for actually, but a safety car has been called out. So we're going to stay out here, but this will now play into our hands because we'll close right up to Perez here. So we move on to lap 37. Obviously the safety car likes to stay out quite a lot in this game. So this means it's going to be 2 laps of absolutely pushing like a madman. Flat out, do or die stuff to the end of this Grand Prix. Right up behind Perez, we've got Hulkenberg, whose traffic there. Blue flags will be enabled for him, so that will add another element into the mix. So here we go, not the best exit through the final corner, but Perez goes around the outside of Hulkenberg. I need to make this move of Hulkenberg. It's crucial that I get past. Down the inside, Hulkenberg, double lockup for him, but that was such a crucial move that I didn't get held up by the Renault through the first corner, and so we keep up with Perez now, trying to chase after him. He's going to hit some more traffic potentially, so now we move on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, down to the tricky brake zone, to this chicane, and we've made it work. A little bit of lock up, but we've made it work, and now we go down towards the 3rd sector. They're going to chuck this in 4th gear, really rev out the engine, just about catch it on the exit, flat out through the swimming pool section. Can we get a good enough run through this corner? 3rd gear, make sure we don't cut the corner too much. We've done so. Go to Rascat down the inside, lock up on the right tire, and that is how you do it. How do you like that? Textbook move there down the inside of Rascat, and that is a late podium and a late charge. What a move there at the end of the Grand Prix. So composed. Such a great move there, and we're on the podium there. Vettel, my teammate, will win the Grand Prix. Congratulations to him. He completely dominated that Grand Prix. Got ahead of Ricciardo in the pit stop phases. Ricciardo comes second, but that, I hope you will agree, is a great podium there from what was a P11 after a half a front wing broken off by Lewis Hamilton. Awesome stuff there. And so Perez has to unfortunately settle for 4th place. We just about composed ourselves there through that final chicane. Got that perfect. Locked up a little bit, but that didn't matter. We kept it through. Perez, you know, to be fair to him, gave us the room there, but we timed it to perfection. And so in the Drivers' Championship, we keep the gap that we've got. Obviously, it's reduced a little bit with Vettel getting 25, I get 15. So Vettel's closed down that gap by 10 points there. But Bottas comes in with 80 points there, overtakes Hamilton. Hamilton, I don't think he scored any points there, so he's down with 67 points in 4th place. And Ricciardo now is catching up back to Verstappen there In the constructors, though, different story. It's all Ferrari here. 210 to 147. I'm sure the Ferrari fans in the comments are going to be very, very happy about that. I mean, you know, you got a lot of guys wanting me to do a Ferrari career mode, and there we go. You can see me and Vettel, a pretty good class act team there, dominating this constructors at the moment. So, guys, if you have enjoyed that episode, smash the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you don't, then do subscribe for weekly form content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.